All right, guys, let me ask you this question. Are you an alpha male? All right, if it took you more than 3 seconds to answer that, then no, you're not an alpha, you're a beta. What's up, guys? Welcome to another YouTube video. My name is Tim Bonner. I'm a transformation coach. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to become alpha male in a soft generation. I'm gonna be giving you 5 tips on how I developed myself to become alpha. Am I 100% alpha male? Absolutely not. I'm still learning, but I have come a long ways to where I used to be. So if you want to watch this video, make sure you stay tuned. Alright guys, so I wanted to share a little bit about my story, how I developed myself as a man. So when we were kids, my brothers and I were adopted. There were 4 of us. We came from Guatemala, which is a very, very poor country, and my biological father couldn't take care of us, so he gave us up. And then we moved to the US, and my current father right now, he was not really there most of our childhood because he was busy working and doing overnight shifts. They also did foster care as well at the same time. So it was a very, very busy household. So I never really got to have that man-to-man talk with my dad, or never had those lessons that I needed to learn. I really had to learn this myself. On top of that, I was very insecure about my height, very socially awkward throughout college, and really just did not have any direction. So that leads into the first tip that I wanted to explain, is that tip number 1, you want to develop yourself, okay? So if you have no guide or no direction on how to become a man, you have to teach yourself, okay? So the first thing that I did, I really poured myself into really understanding who I was as a person. I really had to sit there and think about my insecurities, think about my weaknesses, think about my strengths, and really figure out who I am and what I struggle with. And from that point on, I really started developing myself by reading books, learning from other people, which helped a lot. But ultimately, what helped me was knowing who I belong to. And that is where my faith, I had to lean on my faith to understand who I belong to. So after developing myself, I really had to start taking action on what I learned, and that was the hardest part, because that meant that I had to get uncomfortable and practice the things that I needed to learn. So the first tip, guys, is you need to develop yourself. All right, guys, so tip number 2 is stop caring what people think. And I know this one's easier said than done, but what it really comes down to is that you have to be sick and tired of having people's opinions dictate the actions that you take. For example, back when I was in college, like I said before, I was very insecure about my height, and it got so bad to the point where I would be sitting at the library and there'd be pretty girls that would be coming beside me, and I would not move until they got up and left, because I was so concerned of what they thought about me. And I was so frustrated and angry with myself and didn't understand why I was allowing people's opinions to really control my life. So that's when I started to develop myself and pour myself into content that helped me with my social skills, that helped me with talking with women. There's one book that I read that taught you to go out and start making small talk at the grocery store, which really was hard for me because that meant that I had to get out of my comfort zone. So there are a couple questions that I had to ask myself, and this really pertains to this last year and a half, where I really had to be out of my comfort zone and put myself out there on social media. And the first question is, are the people's opinions that I care about so much helping me build my dreams and goals? And the answer to that is no. The second question is, are these people paying for my bills? And the answer is no as well. So I had to do the hard things, and I had to stop caring what people think. All right, guys, so tip number 3 is to serve other people. If you want to become an alpha male, the hardest thing is to humble yourself and put others before you. So in the society that we live in right now, people are very selfish and just want to get to the top, and it doesn't matter to them whether they trample you or not. They just want to make sure that they're on top. And an alpha male does not do that. An alpha male brings people up with them and also serves other people along the way. So that's tip number 3, guys. All right, guys, so tip number 4 is to have a mission in life. A man without a vision perishes. So this is a verse in Proverbs, but what it means is that if you have no purpose, nothing that you're working towards in life, then you are slowly dying inside, because a man is created for a purpose and a man is created for a mission. And an alpha male knows what he wants, and he goes after what he wants, and he achieves what he wants. So if you want to become alpha, you need to figure out what your purpose is and go all in 100% on it. All right, guys, so tip number 5, if you want to become an alpha male, you need to work on your health. So you need to operate at the highest level, because when you work out, you create an energy within yourself. You have a higher frequency compared to people who just rolled out of bed and went to work. You're able to attract more things into your life, and you're able to accomplish a lot more. As an alpha male, you have to have that discipline as well, because other people have no discipline and no self-control. A lot of people go after the junk food, and a lot of people go after fast food, but an alpha male is able to say no and have that self-control, which makes you stand out from the rest. So if you want to become alpha, work on your health. All right, guys, so those are the 5 tips on how to become an alpha male in a soft generation. Tip number 1 is develop yourself. Tip number 2 is to stop caring what people think. Tip number 3 is to serve other people. Tip number 4 is to have a mission in life. And tip number 5 is to work on your health. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give it a like. If you're a male that does need help with your health and fitness, make sure to reach out to me. I would love to share with you more about how I can help you with my program. Also, feel free to visit my links below to connect with me. Until next time, guys, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.